So David is assured of this covenant-keeping God. He's 100% sure that Yahweh will be with me. He will take care of me. He will love me no matter what happens, no matter where I go, in the midst of this fragility of this situation, in the midst of this uncertainty of this situation. Surely, 100% guaranteed, absolute confidence, most certainly, goodness and mercy follow me all the days of my life. The next thing it says here is goodness. Surely, goodness. And this is such an interesting idea when he talks about this goodness, because we rarely, I don't know why we don't think about God like this when he's speaking of goodness following him. What is goodness? Goodness is God. God is good. Do you remember when Moses wants to see God and Moses says, show me your glory? And then God tells him, I will hide you and my goodness will pass before you. And then when God is passing before Moses, he proclaims the Lord is long suffering, and he talks about his goodness. And you have to let this. And then when James writes in James chapter 1 and says, "Do not be deceived. Every good and every perfect gift comes from above, from the Father of lights, in whom there is no variableness, no shadow of turning." Every good thing comes from. What about Jesus when he said there is none good but God? Goodness is God. God is good. God is only good. God is always good. God is absolutely good. Goodness is the nature of God. God does not have goodness. God does not treat us good sometimes. Goodness is who he is. God is good. That's who he is. It's his nature. It's his character. It's his essence. God is good. Goodness is who he is. He doesn't switch it on and off. He is that way all the time. Do you know that God cannot help but be good? God cannot stop being good. God cannot act outside of his goodness, because that would mean he's acting outside of his nature. Everything that God does, he does from his goodness. Everything he says from his goodness. Goodness is his nature, not something he does, something he is. He cannot be anything but good. He cannot. God is a good God. He is good in all that he is. He is good in all that he does. He is a good God. The question that we need to ask ourselves is, when we speak of good, what do we mean? When we speak of God being good, what do we mean when we say God is good? Another way to look at that is this. When we speak about somebody or something being good, what do we mean? When we say that person is a good person, or when we say that's a good car, or when we say that's a good this, a good that, what do we mean by that? Of course, we mean that, first of all, that person or that something is pleasant to us. It pleases us. We mean that that thing is satisfying to us. For it to qualify to be good, it is satisfying to us. We mean that that thing or that person is enjoyable. When we say that's a good person, I really like hanging with him, he's a good person, we mean that he's enjoyable to be with. He inspires joy. He inspires comfort. He inspires confidence. That is what goodness means. So when we say that something or somebody is good, we are talking about them being good. When we talk about God being good to us, we are talking of God being kind to us. We are talking about being good, God being pleasant and pleasing to us, God satisfying us, God inspiring confidence and joy in us. I wrote some more stuff here about goodness, that it means graciousness. Well, this word here for goodness, tov, it means graciousness, that God is gracious to us, that he makes us well, is pleasing to us. It means for somebody or something to be right, as should be, to be beautiful, to be desirable, to inspire joy and happiness and satisfaction. This is what goodness means when we talk about God being good to us. This is what we are saying. This is how God is good to us. This is the goodness of God toward us. God is good to us. God cares about us. God values us. In other words, another word that we can directly translate for the goodness of God is the love of God. Because He's good, He is love to us, which is interesting because then when you go to the next one, when it says surely goodness and mercy, this word for mercy, I really don't understand why they translated it here as mercy, this word, because this word is loving kindness. It has said it is the loving kindness of God. And so surely goodness and loving kindness shall follow me all the days of my life. It's talking about the goodness of God and the love of God, the kindness of God, the God's care for me. Remember, enter the context of David. He's fleeing. He's being pursued. He's in a wilderness. He's a refugee. He has fled from his own kingdom, his own seat. But David is saying, goodness and mercy are with me. They follow me. Every which way I go, goodness and mercy are with me. When I turn to look behind, they're right there. They are with me. God's goodness, God's kindness, God's loving kindness, God's gentleness, God's peace, God's prosperity, God's what's the word? Every superlative you could imagine. God is with me. And then he said, shall follow me. And this word for follow is really interesting word, because even calling it follow is true, but it's like 30%. Because this word that he used here does not just mean to follow. No. It literally means to pursue. It's a word which means to hunt. Like when a hunter is hunting an animal, or when a predator, a lion, is stalking its prey, stalking, following it closely, stalking it, and then pursuing and then pouncing on it. That's literally what that word means. Every single time this word was used in the Old Testament, it referred to somebody being pursued in war. It referred to your enemies pursuing a person, not just chasing them, but literally overtaking them. That means coming upon them. In other words, running after them, catching up with them, jumping on them, and taking them down and slaying them. This is what this word was used for. In the Old Testament, repeatedly, this is the way it's used. It's referring to a pursuit, a hot pursuit, a relentless pursuit. It's referring to not only just a pursuit, but an overtaking. You catch up with the one you're pursuing, you jump on them, you overwhelm them, you engulf them. This is the word that David is using here when he says that surely goodness, God's love, God's goodness, God's kindness, God's gentleness, God's peace, God's power, God's life, God's glory, surely that is pursuing me every single day. It will pursue me. It will come upon me. It will overtake me. It will engulf me. It will surround me. It will take me down. The goodness of God, it will follow after me, it will seek after me, it will imagine. Can you imagine God's love stalking you like a lion stalking its prey? God is stalking you every which way you turn. God is behind you, stalking you, following you closely, watching you like a predator watching its prey, scanning the surroundings. Just this is what God is doing. This is, imagine the goodness of God, the provision of God, the abundance of God, the love of God is stalking you. God is watching you, is ready to pounce upon you. Imagine, regardless of where you go. The psalmist said in Psalm 139, even though I make my bed in hell, even there, your right hand will lead me. Imagine that. Even when I make my bed in hell, he's there. So you think about this, the goodness of Yahweh. He's pursuing you. He's watching over you. He's just going after you,